Hello, Gary Champion, Psychic Medium. Um, I've had a lot of requests to do a video about this, and I'm having a hard time doing a video about it. Why? Because I don't want to say things. I survived the polio pandemic in the 50s. I had it, I came out fine. I know that doesn't help, but pandemics come and go. This isn't the first one, won't be the last. Infectious diseases are a part of life. Someone at the federal level in the government needs to declare a sort of emergency. They're not doing that. They're not sounding the alarm. They're saying, oh, everything's fine. It'll blow over. Don't worry about it. Our president already has this in a mild form, someone's saying. He's being treated for it. Doses of antibiotics, lots of fluids. He's poo pooing it, like poo, nothing to it. The thing is, it's already here. It's many places that we don't even know it is. Why? Because we don't have any testing kits. We don't know who has it. I don't know if I have it. So there's no place to hide. There isn't any place to hide. As I turned on my computer, someone said, stay home. That was going to be the focus of the video. It's not going to turn out that way, but stay home. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't get into large crowds. Don't let people sneeze and cough on you because that's how it's being spread. Many people will walk around with it, never know they had it. It'll be so mild, it won't even be a cough. Other people won't be so lucky. China's lying, oh, it's getting less and less. No, it's just begun there. They'll have millions of people infected, not 30,000 or whatever their lie is. It's a big lie. And they're already infected. And they don't have any way of knowing. They're taking the don't panic. That's their motto. If we don't tell them, maybe they won't know. And that may be true in China, but it's not true in America. We tend to know everything all the time. There's a test coming that'll be readily available. And what good will that do? None at all. And someone's saying price gouging. So these test kits, once they are available, will be so highly priced, and they're cheap to make. Not much to them, but they'll be so highly priced that there'll be price gouging. Then there'll be lawsuits against price gouging, and we'll see everybody suing everybody. People will sue Walmart because they think they caught it there, looking to gouge, make a little money. In the South, we have a saying, hunker down. That's what we need to do. We need to hunker down. Don't go out. Stay in your basement. Don't be afraid because it's here. It's everywhere. If you come into contact with people, and all of us do, the chances of you catching it in some form are likely. It's going to be everywhere. People will be suing each other. Wrongful death, blah, blah, blah. No one's at fault. So don't think about suing somebody as soon as you get sick. It's nobody's fault. Through no fault of their own, they're spreading it. Why? Because people are stupid. They're going on planes to vacations that they've planned for years. They're going to do it no matter who. And then they think they can just come home without being tested or quarantined. And that's why they will get off a boat. They will manage to sneak through things thinking that we're special. We don't have to put up with this. And they'll spread it. And they'll spread it to their own families. A guy flying home from Indonesia, he's going to take it home with him. You don't want to do that. If you think you have it, isolate yourself. if you can. And some people can't. A lot of jobs are going to go. There's going to be layoffs everywhere. No one's thought about this, but there'll be a shortage of people. There'll be a shortage of healthcare people. There won't be enough hands to handle this. So we'll do the best we can. Anybody that has nursing skills will be highly prized. You're at the top of the list now. Someone's saying a weird thing, calling all cars, which used to, you hear that in those old Broderick Crawford police movies and shows and stuff, calling all cars. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be searching for people with experience, people that know what they're doing. Vets from the war that were medics. All these people will be needed. Of course, they're the most susceptible to it because they'll be on the front lines. I don't know what else to say. It's not good. It's going to blow through here. Although our government's saying, don't worry, it'll be fine. And a lot of them have it. All the people in Congress and the Senate, they have it. And they're going to go on spreading it. They're going to show up. Governmental meetings won't be held. You belong to a club or a group, they're going to be canceling. Conventions will be canceled. Planes are flying with about a third the number on them now. Won't be long before they'll be canceling flights everywhere. Because they risk infecting their crews, their pilots and their flight attendants and catering and whatever they do, and risking lawsuits. And you can't fly a plane with a few people on it and make money. You'll lose money. So, yeah, it's not good. I wish I had something nice to say. On an individual basis, I've talked to people and I can tell them whether their chance of getting it is good or bad, and kind of how heavy it is, whether it's going to be light or moderate or destructive. But we as a nation, we're tough. We've been through this before. It's not the Black Plague. It doesn't kill everybody it touches. A lot of it will just be mild. And you may not even know you have it. Other people will have a moderate, and it'll show, and they'll need to get treatment. As of yet, we don't have a vaccine. So these next 3 to 5, 6 months are crucial that you don't get infected. Because after that, there's a shot. And the shot will be effective. That's the word they're saying. So it's right now. It's this time that you need to worry about. Don't attack somebody who's sneezing. They may just have a cold. We don't know the symptoms of that, but there's a lot of symptoms. The one you want to worry about is shortness of breath. You have flu-like symptoms, and all of a sudden you have shortness of breath, and your lungs are infected and you can't breathe. And that's when you go to an emergency room or the hospital or your family doctor, if you have one. They're not prepared for it either. I saw my doctor the other day. We talked about it. I don't have it. I have a bronchitis. My voice is funny, and I was in Chicago, did a show last week, and there were fewer people there, but it was a nice crowd. People were great. But as this panic takes over, store up some dried beans, some elbow macaroni, things rice that'll store dry for years and years. Your local grocery store may not be there. This doesn't require a panic. This just means that add a little something in your budget. Pick up a few things. If you don't need them, no harm, no foul. If somebody else is going to need them, you can pass them on. Or you can just leave them there in the pantry till you just use them up. be cautious, be nice to each other. It's not the end of the world. The sky's not falling. I believe I said that in videos before, and of course it wasn't falling. But I did predict this virus from China. I've seen the video. I watched it as far until it says there's something coming out of a virus out of China. I did get that right. And the stock market crashing. I got, like last year sometime, I started saying, don't be into stocks. It's going to fall. It's pretty dramatic. I don't know how many thousand points it is. 4, 5, 6,000 points it's dropped. 401ks are practically worthless. 4 or 5 years, things will come back like they always do. Some stocks won't be there though. This is a hunkering down time. Do the best you can. Be nice to each other. Don't panic because there's nothing you can do. You can go out there and run around in a circle, like you say, with the chicken with his head cut off. It does no good. Be smart. Hunker down and think positive because it's not the end of the world. It is a pandemic. It is going everywhere. If there's a person living in the middle of nowhere and he has contact with a few people, it'll be everywhere. But we have a vaccine coming. We just have the next few months to worry about. It'll be okay. Really will. It's not going to pass over. It's not going to like, ooh, it missed the United States. It's already here. And in places we can't even know that it's at because we don't have any test kits. The symptoms are what we're going by. Doctor catch the flu-like symptoms, the shortness of breath, you probably have it. And the key one, according to my doctor, is shortness of breath. I don't have any answers for this, except that we will get through it. We will be stronger because of it. And try and be good to each other. We're all in it together. No one's immune. Doesn't matter how much money you have or the big house you're living in. It's like the polio virus. It didn't pick anybody in particular. And I was a healthy kid. It's random. Well, there'd be a million cases that won't even be reported because they were so mild they didn't know they had it. But they spread it to someone who possibly will pass from it just because they didn't know. I mean, they didn't know they had it. So no one is immune. It's going everywhere. And yes, these next few months are the only thing we need to worry about. After that, it's pretty clear. Someone's saying clear sailing. So don't panic. It won't do any good. Don't go buy 4 million boxes of toilet paper. Store up a few things in your pantry, a few dried things that all you need to do is add water and cook them. And you'll be okay. But this isn't, it has nothing to do with who you are or religion or your personal beliefs. It's not connected to anything. It's just a disease that started. And the people that started it will suffer the most. Mass burials. Sorry about that, China. Mass burials. Here, we have great doctors, great hospitals, and we'll survive it like we do everything else. We'll have the best chance because we do have this support system. Ignore the idiot that's saying this is not a problem because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He just doesn't want this to happen on his watch, and it's too late. It's already happened. Is he going to get blamed for it? Yeah. Is it his fault? No. Prevention is his fault because he's not sounding the alarm. Let's get some money in this. Let's fix this. Let's do that. Let's set up some special teams. He's not equipped for it. This is where you get out of the way. as a leader and you let your medical people take over, because they're good for this. They know what it is. They've studied it. So I'm going to say, be good to each other and have no fear, no regret, and no anger. Thanks for watching.